Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome this week's episode of Talks with TVBOO. Welcome this week's episode of the podcast. Hope you're all having a great week, and I appreciate y'all being here, man. Got a fucking great guest today, man. Somebody that I kind of talked to in passing, but this is really our first time to really sit down and chat. And super awesome guy, man. Very, very busy in the music industry and has helped out tons of amazing artists. Before I get into this week's guest, I just got to say, April the 13th, I will be at Town Ballroom in Buffalo, New York. We just announced the full lineup. I'm bringing my boy Ahi and the S-Fam fellas. You can get your tickets at taboomusic.com, and I can't wait to be back in Buffalo, man. Also going to go ahead and let y'all know I'm going to be throwing a free show here in Denver soon for all my Denver people listening. Just make sure to pay attention to my socials because I'm going to tell you how you can get a chance to get those free tickets. And then also tomorrow, this Friday, I have a song dropping with my good friend Import called Cha Cha Step. Everyone's been asking about this one for a long time. It's a fucking amazing song. One of the most fun songs I've been a part of. And yeah, y'all go make sure to check that out on Friday. And I appreciate everybody for, sharing. Because obviously, if you listen to it, you're going to hit share. I already know you're going to. But yeah, man, my guest this week is a label owner, a curator, and a great producer, and a fucking cool-ass dude, man. He is the owner of Stylust Records. He is, been in the scene for 15-plus years. He's a Shambhala legend as well, so all my Canadian people watching this, I know y'all know this guy, man. This guy's a fucking legend up there. And was super awesome dude to sit down and chat with today, and I'm going to let it get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, Stylust Beats. Cheers, buddy. Oh, you spilled it all over you. Damn. That usually happens after a couple.
We're just getting started.
We're just getting started, dude. After that, we'll just pour some beers on us.
That's right.
Yeah, dude, before we get started, you just brought me some gifts, man.
I did, brother.
Hell yeah.
Physical music. It's the thing.
You said what?
Physical music.
You want to know something? This is actually the only record I own.
Well, that's beautiful. I'm happy to give you your very first record.
I had somebody give me a record last week, but it was just like a blank one with like art they did on it.
Yeah, I've got a lot of those ones.
And awesome. I actually don't have a physical record.
Well, now you do.
Thanks, buddy.
You got one.
Hell yeah. And I just got to get something to play it on.
Yeah, that's the last compilation from Stylust.
Fuck yeah, man.
Tons of great people on it. Raz, Mytham, Woofax, Ahi's on there.
Oh, yeah, we had Mytham on the show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, he's the one.
I watched that podcast. That was really interesting.
He is an interesting dude.
Yeah.
Passionate dude, too.
Yeah. I liked how he got into the history of the UK stuff. That was really cool.
Hell yeah, dude. That's really sweet of you, dude. Like I said, first one I own.
Wow.
And then what's this? Pocket Tape 4?
That's number 4, yeah. It's a series of mixtapes I've been doing since, I think, like 2013. I dropped the first one.
Doing like every 3 years or something?
Yeah, whenever I got enough tunes to be inspired to do it. What it is, it's like a mashup of hip-hop into dubstep, but just like, not like tear out, just really kind of tastefully, very listenable, in your car kind of stuff. It's not something you bump at 2 in the morning.
Try to get a little closer to the mic. You can bring it to wherever you want.
That feels all right.
Yeah, wherever you want.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. I haven't had when's the last time someone gave you a CD?
Well, see, that's the thing, man. When I give people CDs, they're like, the last CD I've got was Pocket Tape number 3.
Wow.
And it's the only ones in their car. And so if you're not doing Bluetooth at that moment, they play it and hopefully enjoy it.
I hope my fucking truck has a CD player.
Yeah, the new ones don't. So
it's a 2018. It's not that new, but we'll see.
You don't even know if it has one.
I don't even, dude, that's how, wow, I haven't thought about it in so long.
That's crazy.
Like computers don't have like disc trays anymore.
No. And thank God, because that's what made them so bulky.
Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Slimline Jesus.
Slim Long Jesus.
Slim Long, too.
Dear 4 pounds, 8 ounces, baby Jesus.
That's the one.
Well, thanks, man. That's awesome.
Of course.
Yeah, how you doing today, man? I kind of just
Can't
got right.
complain,
You're
bro.
sweating, dude. Are you okay?
No, I just I'm a hot guy.
You are
Like,
hot.
Like not like a hot guy, but
You're
I
hot.
run hot. So
I'd
I'm
fuck
always
you.
sweating. Yeah.
I'd fuck you.
Oh,
Yeah, rock that. I'm a hot guy all around in
I
all
respect
facets.
that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do Tinder because I'm married, but I'd swipe either left or right on you.
Oh, thanks, man.
Which is the good one?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Damn it.
I'm
saying left. Or swipe. No, maybe it's right. I guess we'll hear in the comments.
Yeah, who knows? I was on Tinder for like 2 weeks right when I first moved out here.
Uh-huh.
And
How'd
then-
that go for you?
Not that great. Like I was trying to meet a gal I didn't know from the music industry.
Yeah.
And this is like the base capital.
Yeah.
So I'm like finally chatting to a gal. She's like, by the way, I love your music. I'm like, oh, fuck.
She sniffed you out quick, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah. So I never went on a date. And then I met my girlfriend like literally like 2 weeks when I moved here.
Well, that's
so
great.
like it worked out.
Congrats.
It worked out
She
just
didn't
fine.
yeah.
like his music.
And yeah, she still don't like my music.
Perfect.
Does your wife like your music?
Sometimes she pops in.
A little close. Like I said, bring it to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Like I like to
Okay,
keep it
okay.
like a fist away.
My bad.
You're good, brother.
Yeah, sometimes she pops in, and that's when I know I'm working on something good, and she'll give a little head nod or something like that. But otherwise, she's off doing her own thing.
Whenever that happens, are you like, all right, this one's actually a banger? Or are you just like, oh, my wife just likes
Oh,
this?
something's working here.
Yeah.
That's kind of what goes across
Yeah.
my mind. Yeah.
Did you meet her through the scene?
I did. She was actually one of my first friends when I moved to San Francisco. Robbie, it was his sister who he unfortunately introduced to me. Maybe after a year of
Damn, it was,
living
it was your
together.
boy's sister.
It was. So it was a little tricky situation, but yeah, I don't know. It just felt so right. Otherwise, I wouldn't normally kind of go for that. But yeah, it just all kind of happened like that.
Yeah. Yeah, going for your boy's sister is a fucked up move, but she
It
ended up
was.
being your wife, so it was like obviously
I mean,
the right
I had
move.
met her parents already. We'd gone on like family trips without her and stuff like that. So it was kind of a smooth transition in that way. But otherwise, I think he was a little unhappy with me for a little bit. Yeah, please.
Hell yeah,
Thank you.
dude. Sweatiest
Sorry,
dude.
I'm a sweaty bastard.
It's
Everyone
alright.
that knows me backstage, I'm sweaty. On stage, I'm sweaty.
Dude, on stage I sweat
Yeah.
like a fucking pig, man.
Yeah, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Really bad.
It's like even if it's like cold or something.
Yeah, it
or I'm
doesn't
just-
matter.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Damn.
Part of the game.
What is it that makes people? I mean,
I want to know.
I want to know.
'Cause I'm
Obviously,
just a leaky bastard.
yeah. Kyle, can you look up what makes somebody a leaky bastard? Because it's like I know, like obviously, it's just your body trying to cool itself off.
Yeah, fair.
But like, why are more people sweaty than other people?
Right.
Because
And
you're
how
not
can
like
we
a
counteract this a little bit?
yeah.
You know, let's dig deep in science.
Let's get like a vasectomy of our sweat.
That'd be all right.
But apparently, you need it. It's like cooling your body off. Are you hot right now?
Medium hot. Yeah.
Okay, just
Yeah.
breathe. Let's do this together. Ready?
Yeah.
2 more times.
I'm gonna pull off this sweater. How about that?
Yeah,
Is that
probably that's probably the move. Just take it all off, dude. Let's do this podcast shirtless.
Sleeveless.
Dude, yeah, sleeveless, man. I mean, fuck, you brought it up. You're already talking about sleeveless, dude. So, I remember, sleeveless has been fucking tight as shit for how long now? Like, I remember like I was just an upcoming producer. I was like, dude,
Yeah.
they're doing some dope shit over at Sleeveless.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It started in 2015, and it really just started. My manager at the time kind of just put the opportunity in my lap. I wasn't really thinking about it too much, and he's like, oh, do you have a name for a record label in your mind? And I was like, at the time, my tagline was kind of like, rip your sleeves off if I'd answer any fan comment or anything like that. And just end it with rip your sleeves off, right? And so I was like, well, yeah, let's go with Sleeveless Records. So it just kind of fell into my lap like that. And being in San Francisco in that era of like 2012 to 2018 and beyond, there was just so many talented people in the scene there. So it was just through friends, and we weren't pushing the label too hard. I was just like, if homies had an awesome project and they needed somewhere to go out, that's kind of what we did with it, and it just kind of evolved from there.
Yeah, I think that's like where I did find like the West Coast style bass music. It was like It was different because I lived down in the South. Down South was a little more like raunchy, a little bit more hip hop and trap
Yeah, right.
oriented. And then like the West Coast style was a little bit more almost like deeper in a sense and just like more faster at times.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, I remember
Maybe a little warmer, a little more hip hop influence for sure.
because I think I don't know if I met you, but I definitely met your crew at a missions festival.
Yeah, that's honestly where it all kind of started with me with the Camp Question Mark crew at Burning Man, and then they threw a missions festival and just like all the kind of dope producers at the time, that was our crew, and we went to missions every year and showcased all our new stuff, and it was just awesome, man. Shout out to Camp Question Mark for life.
Yeah, I remember meeting those. Was it you there? I don't remember if it was you I met, but it's definitely like your crew.
I think we did meet there.
Okay,
for sure.
got you.
Yeah.
But I just remember being so nervous to go to that festival at the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, oh my God, because it was all like kind of like West Coast style bass music. It did have its own sound at that point. Like that
It did a
region,
bit, yeah.
at that time, I felt like it did. It's kind of like all morphed together at this point.
Yeah.
But like at that
To
time,
me, that's like the most relaxed ultra homie festival. So
dude, it was such a good time.
I see how, but you coming from there.
Yeah, I was fucking nervous because I was like, I
Yeah.
don't make any of this type of music that these people are making.
What'd you think? How'd it go for you?
It went great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like 3 a.m.
Such
on
a fun vibe.
Yeah, it was like 3 a.m. on a Sunday, which is honestly like prime time in a weird way.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember watching Yeti's 3-hour sunrise set.
Oh, man. Those were legendary.
Yeah,
So
the sun coming up, you can just see people doing drugs now.
It's part of the game.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, are you still in San Francisco? Because you're Canadian, right?
Yeah, I'm from Vancouver, Canada originally. Moved to San Francisco in like 2012. Lived there until 2017 or 2018. Moved down to LA for 5 years, and now we're up in Portland.
Nice.
Yeah.
You're American citizen now, huh?
I'm not. I'm a green card holder, but I can go for my American citizenship now.
Is your wife, she American?
Yeah.
So when you get married, you don't get citizenship, you just get a green card?
You don't even get the green card. You get the right to apply for a green card. So before that, I was already in the States for, I think, 6+ years. So I had the O1 visas, which are pretty tough to get. But once you get them, you're allowed as many entries in and out of the States for work for 3 years. So I did that 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. I thought you
Wasn't easy.
I thought you got a citizenship when you got married.
No, it's just your green card application moves to a different pile, a pile that they're going to read quicker.
A shorter pile.
Yeah, a better pile.
Yeah. How long did that process take?
Only 6 months.
Nice.
So I was actually really lucky, and like processing has only gotten worse and worse from the stories I've heard. So I got really lucky. I had a lawyer. I had my lawyer like sit in my interview with me and kind of do all that thing. So it helped.
What's the difference between like a green card and citizenship? Just like rights to like own guns and vote? Is that about it?
You could probably tell me more. All the green card means to me is that I am a permanent resident of the States
Yeah.
without having citizenship.
Got you.
I can't vote.
Yeah. I think you
Yeah.
can't own a gun either.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I haven't tried yet.
Just try it out, dude.
Yeah.
As soon as you get
Let's
the
go
citizenship.
together.
Yeah, dude.
Let's go together.
As soon as
That'd
you
be
get your
awesome.
citizenship, that should be the first thing you do that day.
Honestly, I wouldn't be mad at like a shotgun to protect the house or something like that, but then I'd have to get a safe and all that and think about it. But
I don't know. Safes, in my opinion, this is just my opinion.
Mhm.
And safes are fucking really stupid unless you have kids in the house. You have kids?
right. No.
Yeah, because just like, all right, I got to protect the house. Let me go run at the safe and put in the combination.
I thought that was part of the law. Is it not?
No.
Maybe in Canada it is.
Yeah,
Like if you have a gun, it's got to be in a safe, yada, yada.
Oh, dude, I got a gun on my left bedside table in the
Yeah.
drawer. I got a gun on my right bedside table in the drawer, and I got a gun under my bed.
Okay. So I'm not sleeping over anytime soon.
No, dude, you should actually feel very safe.
That's true. Yeah.
You should actually feel very safe. It's just, yeah, I hope that's definitely not a law.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
unless you got kids, I feel like the safe is a good idea if you have kids.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like if you don't educate, like I was 5 when I started, like when I went hunting for the first time. So I was
Yeah.
like pretty educated with weapons, and I knew they're not a plaything. But like if you don't educate kids correctly, then it's just like, oh, let's go play with the guns, and then like that's how accidents happen.
Yeah, fair enough.
Gotta educate them.
Gotta educate them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Stop the school shootings.
yeah. But going back to Sleeveless, man, starting in 2015, and you know it doesn't seem like a long time, but like in music terms.
Yeah.
it's like in a weird way, a couple generations.
Dude, it's weird. I'm the older generation now. Like, I always thought of myself as the young cat, and then, like, flip of a switch, I'm the old guy now. It's kind of crazy. Damn. But yeah, it happens all so fast. And like, looking back on it, I can't even remember half of the gigs and a lot of the stuff, and touring for almost 15 years now.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Almost 15 years of Stylust.
Yeah. Well, Shambhala, this will be my 15th year playing. So
yeah, you're like you and Excision are like the only residents, right?
Oh, no, there's a ton of Canadian residents.
Okay, got
sure.
you.
Yeah.
Because I know it's like, you played...
There's like Sticky Buds, Neon Steve, Matt the Alien. Forgive me if I'm forgetting any, but there's tons of Canadian residents. That's kind of what makes that festival so special. And it's the only festival that considers me a resident, other than something like Emissions, you know.
And they don't do it anymore, do they?
They don't, unfortunately, no.
That's a bummer. Did COVID end that?
I'm not sure what ended that, but... yeah, they work so hard on the Burning Man side of things, and just setting up that every year is an undertaking. So I'm guessing that's kind of what got in the way. But I always thought Emissions was a bit of a fundraiser for their Burning Man camp, and maybe it just didn't raise enough funds or something.
Yeah, because it was like they were only able to have an X amount of people. Like they couldn't grow.
But that Belden town was tight.
So sick, dude. Right there on the water.
Yeah, and you have the upper deck looking at the main stage for your hotel. Oh, that's such a gorgeous spot, man.
Yeah, I remember when I played, it was in the middle of summer.
Yeah.
And it's fucking freezing at night, dude.
Dude, the river's still freezing. You can't even swim in the river in the middle of summer.
Yeah. And I just remember they were doing construction on the other side of the road.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just like in the morning whenever music's still going. It's just people doing their normal jobs.
Doing their thing.
And everyone's just doing debauchery, you know what I'm saying? Doing ratchetry.
That's a legendary bridge. Once you cross that bridge, you're just out of reality and into Belden town.
But then you look over and there's still reality. You're like, fuck, can we even be out here right now?
Yeah.
They could see us.
Cover your face.
That's incredible, man.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, going to what I said, it's like, it sounds ridiculous, but like, I feel like there's like a new generation of artists. I don't know if this is in every genre, but definitely like in the realm that we're in.
Yeah.
Almost every like 3 years, you'll see a name pop off and then kind of fall, and then someone new comes around. It's like there's only a couple that stick around for a while. I mean, even as long as I've been in it, it's just like,
I feel it's because the sound changes so fast too. I think like every 3 years or maybe even every 2 years, there's an artist that breaks out that changes the whole kind of landscape of dubstep, no matter kind of what genre or subgenre you're in and stuff like that. It's just, certain tunes, certain artists, like one tune can change a lot of producers' sounds for the next 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So you just kind of got to move with the times and stay relevant. And that's why a lot of projects kind of don't happen for 10, 15 years because they don't adapt necessarily. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like I don't know why it just came to my mind, but like, I feel like Peekaboo started kind of like a new...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there's probably people that were doing it.
Skrillex and Peekaboo together.
Yeah, but
sure.
But it's like Peekaboo was doing that sound before Skrillex caught on to it.
I love Peekaboo's sound.
He's the man. He's the man.
Good.
But I feel like, you know, he was like a new generation.
Yeah.
In a sense.
I agree. I think the most recent, probably just before Peekaboo, was Hamdi.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Hamdi, like, I just love the energy he found in that 140 dubstep rhythm. He changed, like,
it's like the
just
most
a
bouncy.
few skippy hi-hats just created so much more energy out of a very slow tempo sound.
Yep. Yeah, it has definitely more bounce because of the percussion.
I love that.
It is wild to think about. Like, it's just one artist that comes around and kind of creates a new generation.
Sometimes one song.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
And the reason I brought that up is like because Sleeveless, y'all been going on for almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the beginning, y'all were, like I said, that's where I found that style of bass music. That's
awesome,
literally
man.
where that's where I would find that style of bass music.
Hell yeah.
You know, putting on all these artists, man. Like how many? I don't want to say like how many generations, but like what's been like an artist that you know you guys had put on that you're like, oh shit, they're fucking doing wild stuff right now. Because like after this many generations, you have to have seen at least like one or two.
Yeah, there's been a lot, man, for sure. Like I kind of consider Sleeveless as a bit of a stepping stone label. You know, it happens. We kind of get the artists as soon as they're coming up. Guys like Mytham, guys like Schlump, like all my West Coast bass guys back in the day, they all released with us, Conrank and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm really excited about bringing in the new talent for their first couple of records. Because to
Wait.
me, like some of your first music that you ever put out is the most timeless. And so if you're gonna move to a bigger label or more hype label at the time and release and do well, that's great for me too, because it's your back catalog's gonna come into it too, come into play, you know.
Now that I think about it, do you remember a project called Gangbang?
No, actually, I don't.
Kyle, can you go on SoundCloud and type in Gangbang instead of A's, it's V's?
Classic.
Yeah.
Classic 2014.
I mean, I'm still doing it, dude.
Yeah, I imagine.
I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
Go through there on SoundCloud. Was there a
Here, let me.
No, it wasn't Sleeveless. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different label. I was like, my old side project. I was like, wait, didn't we release for Sleeveless? No, it was somebody else. It just
who's
clicked.
another great label for that is Saturate.
Yeah, Saturate. I think that's we either did Saturate. Might have been Wormhole too.
Wormholes, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They just started the label maybe 5 years ago, something
Okay,
like that.
then I wasn't that. It had to been Saturate. That might have been where I got it confused. But yeah, man. So like you said, like a Schlump and like Mythum's starting to pop off right now too. Like who else kind of sticks out to you of like still doing the damn thing?
I mean, all my core guys are still doing it. My core guys are like Jay Leon, Coda. He's having a big rush right now, killing it. You know, Down Low and Torborn, thanks for helping out behind the scenes. James Foster. We got an awesome crew of guys. So, yeah, I'd really have to look into, like, Pigeonhole is a classic one. I'd really have to look into the older catalog to kind of list off names because I don't want to forget a bunch of people. But, yeah, we've been kind of launching pad for a lot of West Coast-based music, and I'm super proud that people have put our trust in me to release their stuff for them.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's been like a what's the word for it? Just kind of just a place of discovery.
Totally.
And that, like I said, like that was where like I would find all my shit.
Yeah.
You know, for a while, I was just like, oh, this is so cool.
That's what's up.
It's so fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, as the time goes on, and I feel like, you know, like SoundCloud labels, like that was like a big fucking thing.
Yeah.
You know, especially 2015. It was just like, you know, you would send submissions to labels to try to get a release like on their SoundCloud. You didn't even think about the other platforms.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck iTunes.
It didn't matter, man. SoundCloud was just that boy back in the day.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Now I have trouble even going back on SoundCloud. It's just so cluttered with stuff. And I like Spotify now.
What
Schlump and Conrank too, right?
Yeah, I mentioned both those guys.
Yeah. Both good friends. Both had on the show too.
Yeah.
What ruined SoundCloud? Was it the repost chains?
If you ask me, yeah, probably.
I think
and the non-monetization, like, oh man, if I was monetized for my SoundCloud plays back in the day.
Yeah. They got to it a little too late.
Yeah.
Also,
got to it too late. And honestly, what ruins SoundCloud for me is when they started doing like the AI clamp down on remixes.
yeah.
I started getting all these messages, and I started in like mashups and remixes because I was a hip hop guy, just kind of transforming into EDM. I didn't really know what I was kind of getting myself into when I was first getting into that kind of music. And so that's what I love to do was remixes, and that's what got me pumped. I'd find a hip hop song that I loved, turn it into a remix, put it on SoundCloud, get a bunch of good feedback, a bunch of downloads, a bunch of DJs playing it. But then they started clamping down on my remixes, and I'd get letters from Kanye West UMG record label, and hey, if you get one more strike, we're gonna take your whole SoundCloud down. And you know, at that time, I'd be like, oh, my whole SoundCloud
like
down, like that's my whole life. You know what I mean? And so we all made burner accounts. They never really did too well for the remixes and stuff. And I think that and repost chains is what killed SoundCloud. Another
thing I think killed SoundCloud, I know somebody that like met the developers, and they didn't. Apparently, this is what I got told. They don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
because they could have evolved and made like the app like better, or just made the, made the platform better overall. But it's kind of stayed almost exactly the same, other than like cracking down on certain things and added monetization. I think it was like Google maybe tried to buy them out like years and years ago.
That would have been for the best, honestly.
It would have been for the best. And Kyle, can you fact check me on this? I don't want to get this wrong, but yeah, man, it sucks they were clamping down because so many artists would make whole careers or like maybe like a jump off of their career because of a sick remix. Like remember like Oral Grimes like Mercy or like Flosstradamus's Original Dawn or like even like Slander doing all these like but Floss and Oral
Original Dawn changed the landscape of music for sure.
That was another generation,
trap, bro.
Started another generation.
I remember when I first played that on tour. I got it the night before my Canadian tour. Canada had never heard trap music or anything remotely like it, or EDM kind of trap music. And that tune just went fucking mental every stop. And I was like, okay, we got something going here.
Estimated 500 million. Yeah, I remember about this. Google considered buying SoundCloud for an estimated 500 million.
That was in 2017.
Yeah, and I didn't think it was to consider. I thought they put an offer in, and they said no. But I could be wrong, and that could have just literally been a consideration. It would have been so much better because of
Even if the phone app was better. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't use it much, but what
Not
I remember,
anymore.
the phone app was kind of garbage.
Yeah, but going back to what I was saying, man, it was just like, that was everybody's goal. Was just like, I want to have a track like on their SoundCloud, and that's where I went to find Sleeveless Songs. Like, was on SoundCloud.
Well, I had a sneaky trick back in the day. I don't know if I like kind of made it up or I stole it from someone, but what I would do is when I'd release a remix, I'd say comment for MP3. So every time someone would comment, I'd personally go find their page and send them the Dropbox link. And that made me interact with so many DJs, so many fans. I was sending them a personal message. They were help building my page. It was like, that's kind of how I started my buzz on SoundCloud for sure.
But then it turned into
comment for 320. Yeah.
But then it turned into like the download gates where it's like you gotta follow me, repost the song, comment, and
those were working for a while.
Yeah, they were.
They were working for a while, and now they're just annoying.
Yeah, but to go into what I was saying is just like from the SoundCloud label to where it's like SoundCloud isn't nearly as important. And I say I still find the dopest music. If you want to just dig and find tunes, SoundCloud's still king.
For sure.
But if you're trying to just go stream music, it's not even your first thought anymore. It's like maybe your fourth.
Totally.
How do you evolve with that? As Sleeveless, how do you evolve with that?
I mean, we were never a fully SoundCloud label.
Yeah.
We got a lot of our traction there for sure, but we were still on 55 other DSPs. And, I always kind of saw the foresight of Spotify. And I was kind of in the Spotify game and pushing that side of things long before a lot of other people. So I don't know. I believed in a platform that was going to share revenue with the artists because otherwise but at the same time, you can't be mad at SoundCloud too, because it helped boost all of our careers.
Right. So many
it's
careers.
like, I'm not going to say I'm never going to talk shit because I just did, but good and bad, I guess.
You're talking about sharing revenues. Honestly, fuck Spotify for what they pay us.
100%.
It's like a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny.
Yeah, honestly, a major artist really has to step up and fight the system a bit. I think it's 0.03 of a penny. So 0.003. If they play your songs for 30 seconds.
0.003 to 0.005 per stream on average.
Yeah.
And how much money does Spotify? I mean, they threw like $150 million at Joe Rogan. It's like, where are you getting that money? You're getting it from our fucking music.
Hey, wait for your check too, brother.
Fuck.
Spotify, holler at the boy.
Yeah, come on. We'll go exclusive.
Yeah, love that.
I do like the YouTube comments.
9.6 billion in revenue.
A year?
Spotify revenue. It says its market cap exceeds 15.09, so that's total. Spotify has raised a total of 2.1 billion in funding over 18 rounds.
Imagine how much better the quality of life would be for an artist if we got paid a penny.
Tell me.
Like I'm asking for a penny.
Yeah.
It's like, that's like
reasonable.
It's like times 4 of what they're paying, but it's just like a penny?
Yeah.
With all the advertisements.
Just a hot penny.
Just a hot penny, dude.
Yeah.
Just like a small little penny.
Kick it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, bud.
Yeah.
I'll do whatever I
got
gotta
pockets.
do. It is gonna take a big artist stepping up.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I feel
or
like
a big group of them.
Yeah.
Because I don't know the back end deal that the major labels has with them, but I'm thinking they're getting compensated well. It's artists like you and me going through our distributors and stuff that are getting this 0.3%.
Right.
I
Like,
doubt, the top guys are getting that, or they just get paid out an average amount to the whole label. Whether the artist sees that or not, maybe the label's getting paid for it and the label's not even reporting it. So the artists aren't even like, who knows?
No, it's a good point. Like, yeah, if you see like a Spotify billboard, like digital billboard on Times Square of like Nicki Minaj's new album, that Spotify is obviously paying. Like they're probably throwing money at her to be like, hey, push it on Spotify.
Right. Yeah.
It's probably different.
Yeah.
So, Mitch, for your top song on Spotify right now, Funk or Not, with Grizz and Ellis Dream, if you had made a penny...
That's not my song.
It says... hold up.
That's not my song. That's Grizz and Ellis Dream.
Hold on. No, that's
Close.
your radio station. Sorry. Bass Music.
There we go.
2000... Let's see here.
2 million.
Yeah, 2,520,379. So if you had made a penny for each play, that would put you at $25,203.
I can't even imagine making $25,000 off of one song.
Off of one great song.
You know what I'm saying? Can you even imagine? Like I can like dream of it, but can you imagine?
I mean, artists back in the day used to sell $10 records just because people heard that one song that they liked.
Yeah, but how much would the artist get?
Around $1.
That's fucking awesome, actually. Because I remember, like, it's not the best example, but like R. Kelly didn't make anything off of "I Believe I Can Fly."
Right, because it's a massive sample.
Huh?
Isn't that a sample?
No, he got fucked out of the contract.
Oh, really?
It was made for Space Jam.
Okay, yeah.
And the movie and label hired him lawyers, so they're like the record label's lawyers.
I've heard about this. Yeah,
he got fucked out of that deal.
Yeah,
so it's like I listen to a lot of classic songs, and listen, he's done a lot of terrible things. If he didn't do that terrible thing, those terrible things, it would still be like a massive classic.
Yeah,
and it's like I always think like listen to like these old classics that just are so banging. I'm like, I wonder if that artist, and it's like timeless, right? So where it's like a generation before, and I'm not talking about like dance music generation. I'm talking about like 30 years prior, know it, and then people today still know it. I'm like, I wonder if that artist got fucked out of that deal. I think about it all the time.
It's very possible.
Yeah.
It's very possible. We're kind of at an exciting time for music where we can promote our own stuff and be our own labels, but we're also at kind of a scary time for music where it's so saturated, it's hard to cut through all the noise.
Yeah. At least your name isn't Saturate Records, you know?
True.
New, you were saying like I think it's going to take like a couple artists or a couple groups to stand up and do something about it. That happened not with the streams, but you see, it was last year. I think it was in September. Live Nation had announced that they will no longer be taking merch cuts from artists.
Oh wow!
So all Live Nation venues, artists keep 100% of merch sales.
That's awesome.
I think they're doing it to battle with AEG because they're like a big battle in the in the States, but like they also have this other thing. I just learned about it 2 weeks ago. I don't know if you know about it, but you're about to lose your fucking mind. Let's go. So Live Nation has this thing called On the Road program.
Okay.
And it's a real thing, Kyle. You can look it up, but I'm telling you about it. It's if you play a Live Nation venue, they have this thing called the On the Road program. And it's basically just a tax write-off for them. It means nothing to them.
Okay.
But every act on the fucking lineup, on top of what they're getting paid, gets an extra $1,500 because of this On the Road program. And this On the Road program is $750 cash and $750 in gas cards.
Wow.
I did a Live Nation venue 2 weeks ago, and I had read about it, but I was like, that's fucking fake news.
Yeah.
And then it happened. I was like, dude, Live Nation, I've never said this. I've never said this. Live Nation's the fucking tits.
Well, that was a brilliant idea to make you switch 180 like that.
Right. It's like
well
I never
done, marketing team.
Yeah, dude, because it's like, you're trying to, I don't know, win like maybe they're just trying to also beat out the competition, but also win like loyalty on something. But that's a good way to do it. They took care of their artist.
That's great.
Yeah.
As long as someone's looking out for us. Jeez.
Yeah. I don't know, but I was talking about this. You were talking about like they took down take down your remixes and shit.
Mm-hmm.
How cool would it be if there was a system in place to where it's like, hey, I'm using this sample, and this sample is going to cost you X amount of the royalties, or I'm making a remix, and so you have to pay whatever this song makes, you have to pay 80% or something like that.
Right.
Would you be okay with that?
100%.
Yeah.
Because I just enjoy doing the remixes.
Right.
And, you are basically taking their melody, you're taking their vocal hook. They've put a lot of time into it, So, yeah, if there was a button where Snoop Dogg's wants 75%, I would click, yeah, sure. Let's make it, and it actually goes on Spotify.
Yeah.
That'd be terrific.
Yeah, why hasn't it made, like, I feel like that's such a sick idea for, like, an invention they haven't done, where it's like, hey, it's not going to show up on their SoundCloud,
Yeah.
but you can sample it, and they're going to get most of the money, but you can release it, and people can listen.
Yeah. I guess the flip side of that is the artists might not want a bunch of stuff that they haven't approved kind of floating around with their name tag to it.
Fuck
which is
it,
fair too.
you're getting money.
Yeah.
And also it's not showing up on your shit.
Yeah. Hey, I like it.
I've heard some really bad remixes of my songs, but if they can make me some money, whatever.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying?
That's another 6-pack.
That is at least another 6-pack. For what Spotify's paying us, another 6-pack, dude.
Maybe in a couple of months.
Yeah, right. Cheers to that. Do you want another one? You good on that?
I'm good right now. Thank you, though.
Yeah, absolutely. So didn't have a problem switching over from SoundCloud, but you mentioned earlier Stylust for about 15 years.
Yes, sir.
You're still rocking.
Still rocking.
Still rolling.
I love it.
Still having a good time.
Yeah, wouldn't want to do anything else.
Fuck yeah, I love that.
Hell yeah.
Was music always the thing for you?
It has, yeah. My brother was in a band growing up, so like when I was still 15 and 16, he was kind of sneaking me into the venues, hanging out with the green room in the band. I just thought, this is the coolest thing ever. And he actually showed me my first DAW, which was Acid 2.0. And yeah, I just rolled with it. And I was really big in hip hop at the time. So I got turntables and was just doing my DJ thing in like 98. And then, moved to producing, sold one of my turntables to get a Pro Tools set up, and then started a music studio in Vancouver where I just record local rappers and singers and stuff like that and produce for them and stuff like that. So,
is Canada? This might sound like an ignorant question, but it's pure curiosity, and I don't think there's anything wrong with curiosity. Is Canada late on getting like the like what's hot, right?
You know what? If you asked me that, 10, 15 years ago, definitely I'd say we're 1-2 years behind for sure.
Yeah.
But now with the modern media age, I wouldn't say that at all.
Mm-hmm. And it's interesting, like in Canada, like what sides of Canada, like what things. Like I went to Montreal and I'm not playing rhythm, so they hate me.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've actually heard that about Montreal.
They love rhythm in Montreal. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the French. Yeah. They're the worst. But you know what I'm saying, dude? You speak French, dude. They make you learn that shit.
Yeah, I took it to grade 10, and that was like my zone out class, so I was not paying attention.
Yeah, dude. I learned Spanish, but I didn't learn Spanish. You know what I'm saying?
It's like we learn the same 3 words every year. Doesn't matter if we were grade 6 or grade 10.
But you go to that other side of Canada, and it's like what they're speaking.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's like kind of not on the East Coast. It's like right before you get to the East Coast, so that pocket of Quebec. Yeah,
Quebec. Yeah. I know they have Valhalla.
Yeah.
One year out there, man.
Yeah, did you make it out there? I'm not sure if they're still doing that one. Or.
And you know what? That's fine.
Fair enough.
But I remember they were like the police were pulling over everybody that left that festival one night.
Yeah.
Which is like really ignorant. And kind
Canada and its roadblocks, they're a real thing.
It wasn't a roadblock. They were just they'd wait in a corner. If you left, they'd come right behind you, pull you over for no reason.
Damn.
Is that a thing in Canada? You can get pulled over for no reason? I mean, you can technically get pulled over for no reason. They can make a reason up.
Yeah, here they probably just make a reason up for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, he comes to I'm fucked up, but I'm not driving out of transport. And the police comes over to my side speaking French.
Right.
And I started Mississippi ID, and I was like, "Me no Espanol French, eh?" And he's
How'd that go over?
He didn't say another word to me, dude.
You know how fast you're going, sir.
Classic.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's a fun story. But in 15 years of doing Stylust, obviously you loving it has helped you stay into it. Mm-hmm. What has been like a secret, or I guess like a secret or just a tip that's kept you relevant and still touring?
Yeah.
Because it's hard. Like you said, there's generations. They come and go, and I've seen, the few stay, a lot go, and there's people that still do it and still rocking and rolling.
Yeah. I mean, adapting is definitely a thing. I mean, I name myself Stylust because I make so many different styles of music. I'm never pressured to make one style. Like I have an indie rock project. I used to have a house project. I'm always working on hip hop beats. I just one kind of secret I unlocked is not to put too much pressure on yourself as when you're sitting in the studio with a blank Ableton screen. Just like kind of let things come to you, or use earlier inspirations from the day that might, kind of reflect on your session, and just really enjoy it and have fun and not put too much pressure on you. And I've said this in other interviews and stuff like that, but like the bangers will come, and also some music that you're really into personally and excited to craft will come as well. So yeah, whatever makes you happy, just do it, and don't try and get stuck in one lane, and look at music evolving and kind of what's hot changing as a positive thing like that. When I look at that kind of stuff, that kind of invigorates me to get back in the studio and kind of rework it in my own sound. All the Stylust stuff has its own sound. A lot of the times you can tell it's me, even though I'm exploring a bunch of different genres. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of taking the one element that they changed and kind of incorporating it into my own stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, it's really just adapting and really loving it and being in it for the right reasons. You know what I mean? I just love the music. Like I collect records and I listen to music all the time. That's just my thing.
You get it on that dance floor and bust it down, dude?
Yeah, try to. On stage I do. On an actual dance floor I'm kind of awkward.
Still sweating though.
Yes, always sweating. Sweating like crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, you were talking about adapting, and I was just talking about this with Ahi before. Like 30, 45 minutes. But I feel like we're in a weird point in dance music, or just music in general, where it's moving past the point of a creator into the past of a curator. Where it's like, instead of like popping off on something original, you're popping off on something that can actually feel like known, or maybe gives you the feeling of familiarity. How do you feel about that? For somebody that's been in it about 15 years, because I brought up the point that it's like, it's kind of making a switch, right? Where it's like, we're talking about the festival trap era, where it was like R.L. Grime had those songs that you were familiar with and had a twist on it, and it like was something new, and then it moved to like original productions, like here's what I can do. And I feel like it's kind of moving to that other thing right now.
And what's that other thing?
Curation, making people feel, having like a piece of familiarity.
So is that like meaning your whole brand has a vibe? And
maybe not. Maybe it's more about like this. Like right now, I feel like we're in a point where it's like, all right, what can you post on the internet that's going to pop off to help sell your tickets, instead of what good song are you going to play?
Right. I know. I've always just been about the music, man. And
right.
I don't. Yeah, I play it. I play it for myself. I'm not too worried about what everyone else is going to think. I hope they like it, and yeah. I'm going to play it either way if I made it that day, and I'm excited to play it. I don't care if it's 2 a.m. or 2 p.m. I want to share it.
It's also, the music lives forever.
Yeah.
Those clips go on for, you just swipe up and it's gone.
It's true.
You might not ever find it again unless you hit like.
That's right.
It's fucking interesting, man.
Yeah, it's a trippy world in the media. I'm trying to get into it. I built a TikTok maybe a couple weeks ago.
Maybe a couple weeks ago.
Maybe a couple weeks ago. Maybe a couple of months ago, and then I forgot about it, and then I'm trying to ramp it up. But yeah, I know that was always like a part of the game, is being online and stuff, and I really enjoyed it. But when it's becoming too much part of the game, I kind of shy away from it. I like the mystique of an artist and like not seeing too much of them at all times. You know what I mean?
I agree with you, man. I kind of like, I like a silly person online.
Yeah.
But like also like it when I'm like,
I mean, Ahi's great online. Like
100%.
He does it amazingly. I'm just saying I can't do it that well, so I'm not going to attempt it.
But then you see somebody like Enzo, where he's so broken. He won't tell you it, but you've heard his music. Someone hurt him.
Okay. I'm not familiar with him. I'm sorry, but
you need to check it out, dude. Enzo's the tits.
Okay, cool.
The fucking tits.
Awesome.
Yeah. But like someone like that, where it's like not online, but then you go see the show and you're like, holy fuck. Or even like a G Jones,
Yeah.
where it's like not
That's what I'm
online, but
talking
you go
about.
see the show and you're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's a ghost online,
yeah.
right? And all his graphics are all black and white. And I think his brand has a really cool vibe.
Yeah, him and E-Prom.
Yeah. And they're biggest hits, and they're not kind of getting involved with that side of the industry at all. So
And that music will live forever.
it will live forever.
Yeah. What, oh, fuck, I just had something. I had, lost it. How, like, you know, Sleeveless been around. I hate that I go right back to Sleeveless, but it was just, you're wearing the t-shirt, and that's just where it went.
Damn it. That's why I was wearing a sweater before.
Ah, fuck. So I just wouldn't all talk about Sleeveless.
No, you're good.
Nah, dude, fuck that. Let's talk about Stylust, dude. A resident at fucking Sham.
Hell yeah.
How'd you pull that shit off? Because it's like,
Man.
I've heard for years and years that it's the best festival in North America. And I played last year,
Yeah.
and it's the best festival in North America.
My man.
Sick. And
Yes.
I usually hate
You
Canada.
played right after me, man.
I did, dude.
Fucking
It's a good
crushed it.
time. And I was like, oh shit, are people gonna be there? I'm like, oh wait. And then I was like, oh wait, Stylust is on.
Yeah.
Right there. I was like,
got you,
and he's
baby.
like, everyone in Canada fucking loves you, especially that festival. They fucking love you, dude.
It's really a blessing out there for sure.
Yeah, but literally, I was just like, and like I said, I've played Canada a bunch of times, and it's always just been okay.
Yeah.
That was fucking gnarly,
Super legit.
like a highlight
Yeah.
of my life.
Yeah. That's so good to hear, man. How
Yeah.
long were you around?
2 days.
2 days.
Didn't
Awesome.
sleep a single hour.
My man.
Yeah,
Hell yeah. Soaked it all in.
in my nose.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I became a resident there. I think I just got pretty lucky, and I started my kind of career there with Emotions, the rapper I was working with at the time. The reason I went for the first time was like, I was making hip hop beats for him, and he's like, you want to hear your beats on the craziest sound system ever? This is when Shambhala was 1,500 people max, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go check it out. And I was like, oh my God, this is insane. And I saw some DJs that were like melding hip hop and bass music. And I was like, oh, maybe there's a thing there, you know, because I was kind of resistant to the electronic music at the time as a hip hop guy in the 90s and stuff.
I was a
know?
rock guy. I thought
Yeah.
dance music was gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I was a little resistant, but it took me 24 hours of Shambhala to just blow my mind. And yeah, I started at the amphitheater like everyone else. It was called the Rock Pit back in the day.
Cool name.
And
It's actually a cooler name than
it was pretty cool. It had a massive skate ramp where the whole dance floor was.
what?
Yeah.
Wait, how were people dancing?
I don't know if they moved it at night or it wasn't a major dance stage back in the day, but when we ever played, there was never. But when I first remember going, there was definitely a skate ramp there. But when I remember playing there for the first time, there wasn't. So I think they removed it and turned it into a stage. It used to just be a hangout kind of zone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did those with Emotions, and those sets just worked out really well, and got my nod to play the Village. And yeah, it just popped off, and I've played the exact same time slot except for 1 year for 15 years straight since then. So it's really a blessing. I wish more festivals would kind of show that kind of love to artists that really are passionate and are willing to be a brand ambassador for the festival. Because like everyone asks me about Shambhala, PK Sound, and Sleeveless Records, and I'm so happy to be ambassador for all those kind of things. You know what I mean?
It's not just being an ambassador. I mean, you've helped out so many of, I mean, not only artists, but like those brands as well. I guess that would be kind of an ambassador, but like you've been from the jump, helping launch it, and also being like a loyal member in a way. You know what I'm saying?
It's a true family for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if I'm just being biased here, but the Village is the fucking coolest.
Oh, it's the one.
It's the coolest,
It's
dude.
the one. Oh man! And this year, the upgrades they made this year like are insane.
For this coming up year?
No, like the ones the Village got a huge revamp last year. I'm not sure if you know or not, but there was a big walkway. You know where that big LED tree was?
Mm-hmm.
There was another walkway there, and it used to be called the Ewok Village because all of the walkways above. And so they basically, and then there was this kind of like purgatory dance floor behind there where people like couldn't kind of make it to the kind of front of the stage, so they'd have to hang behind and look at the back of these rafters and stuff like that. And then this year they took that all out, put in that epic tree, and made it like probably 40% bigger main dance floor and stuff like that. And then all the LED lights and stuff like that. it gets crazier every year. It's so awesome, and that's what's so beautiful about Shambhala is it's on the same property every year, and the stages stay up, and they just can elevate it and elevate it and elevate it.
Yeah, it's definitely the coolest stage I've ever played on.
That's what's up.
You know, I saw they released the lineup. Was it yesterday?
Yeah.
I was like, damn it, I'm not playing it this year. That's okay, man.
Yeah.
But such a sick festival. And one thing that's really cool about it, and a lot of people don't know about it, is each stage does their own bookings.
Yeah. Essentially, it's a bunch of different festival stages. Well, it's one festival, but a bunch of different curators.
Yeah. How fucking neat is that?
It's
man?
awesome because it lets each stage really curate a vibe, and depending on what you're feeling, what mood you're in, what vibe you have, you can pick and choose your destiny, and usually it works out.
Yeah. Or if you're like, I want to play this stage, and they reach out to another stage because it's that talent buyer on that stage, you're like, fuck.
You know what? Usually they work pretty well together.
Right,
so
right.
I've played
heard.
twice in 2 stages, and usually they play pretty nicely.
It's insane how much, like, I haven't seen it, but I just, you know, last year when I was there, it's just like everyone's talking about how that was like the biggest year and how much it's grown.
Yeah. Well, it hadn't grown, and don't quote me on this, but I think the influx of people last year was because they were held tickets from COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So they usually cap it at around 12 to 15,000 tickets, I think. But they had to honor a bunch of tickets for the next few years, and everyone kind of came last year.
Yeah, that's what I had gotten told too. Don't quote me on that, but I got told that.
Uh-huh.
Don't quote me.
Yeah.
But I got told.
Me.
Yeah, don't quote me.
Don't quote me.
Don't quote me.
Yeah, fine.
All right, you chill.
Oh, yeah. Settle down.
I don't know, man.
So, yeah, but I mean, you were comfortable there. You had a good time.
I had a great time. I don't know if I was comfortable. I had a great time.
Fair enough.
Every time I'm in Canada, I'm uncomfortable.
What was your intro again? Blame Canada?
I played Blame Canada.
That was pretty good.
When I had American flags on the screen.
Never been back.
That was ballsy.
But everyone loved it, dude. I always say Canadians have a
vibe.
good sense of humor.
Hell yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's always fun.
Yeah, of course.
Like all the people who worked the stage were like, that was fucking funny. And I was like,
yeah.
glad. I'm glad I didn't piss you off, but
No.
either way, I did it.
We love that kind of shit.
I don't know, man. If there was a year where they didn't get you, would you be like, yo, what the fuck?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd have to like kind of recalculate what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, dude, something's happened in my career, dude. It's going downhill right now.
Yeah, this isn't working right now, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As time's gone on, staying on Stylust, not going to sleeveless. You hate that. You hate sleeveless. You hate questions about sleeveless.
Rip yours.
Is that Stylust on your
It is, yeah. Don't make
Fuck.
fun of me. I tagged my...
Hey.
That was my first tattoo. I did it.
Why would I make fun of you for that?
I don't know.
That's
I
actually-
feel kind of weird having my own name on my arm, but
I'm about to get my shit tattooed.
that's how passionate I was.
I have 2 tattoos on me. I'm about to get my shit tattooed on me. I don't even
Respectable.
like tattoos. I'm gonna do it.
I love it.
Yeah. But fuck, where'd I go with it? Damn it. It was here and it left.
Yeah.
It was here, then it left. Stylust. I was asking about Stylust. Oh yeah, man. Fuck it. I lost it. It will come back. We did have some fan questions I wanted to get to. It will come
awesome.
back.
Hell yeah.
But before we got to the fan questions, I wanted to ask Kyle, do you have anything you want to ask Mr. Stylust Beats?
Yeah. So, let's see. I actually had something I wrote down earlier. Let me see if I can find that.
Damn. We'll pause while you look for it, and I got it. What's been the biggest fucking shock or change you've seen in your 15-year career of Stylust?
COVID.
Damn. You don't even have to elaborate. That just answers it all.
That fucking sucked. I was 4 stops into like my biggest solo tour I'd ever put together. 4 stops in out of about 20 plus. Killed my whole momentum.
I was in the same boat, man.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I was on a co-headline with DMVU,
Yeah.
and we were about to hit like the big fucking month where it's just like nonstop.
Yeah.
And it was like something I've been looking forward to my whole life, where it's just like at least 4 shows a week for the next month. It's something I've been looking. It felt like my whole life was building up to it.
I had a new manager, a new agency. Everything was kind of coming together. We were just surging. Yeah.
You feel like you got it back at all after that?
I think it's slowly coming back, for sure. Shows are a little bit of a different landscape, so we're playing a little bit safer there. But otherwise, like, the passion never left me. But yeah, it's slowly building back. I'm not worried about it.
I feel like the landscaping of shows is changing in a weird way.
It is a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was so many people that got used to just sitting at home.
Yeah, like you said, generation generationally, we probably lost a whole generation there because they got very comfortable sitting at home for 3 years.
True, because I feel like, I'm using like myself in New Orleans as an example, right? So
Okay.
like I found dance music from Buku Fest in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And they had Buku Fest and they had Voodoo Fest.
Right.
And both of those would curate hard to dance music. And
Mhm.
so like that's where I found it. I lived in Mississippi, but that festival was going on. I'm like, let me go check it out.
Yeah.
It's where I found it. Both those festivals are no longer a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are they no longer a thing, we also had COVID.
Yeah.
And so like those like young adults, young whatever you want to call them, that would go see something and get introduced to something they might love, that's no longer there for them. So you're right, we might have missed an entire generation.
Might have lost a generation for
Damn.
sure.
So dance music in itself might have just missed.
And I feel like when I go to my club shows, I don't recognize as many people at the club anymore. So that's kind of where I got that thought from. I was like, oh, it's a new generation of kids. And think about all the kids that turned 19 or 21, whatever the legal age is out here, that experienced 2 years of their life where they couldn't even go out to bars where they were legal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, those first couple years
So maybe
were,
they were never introduced to it and they don't care about it.
right.
Sorry to cut you off there. But
No, that's
you know,
fine. The first couple years of you being able to drink and go into a bar and making an ass of yourself
Yeah.
are very important
Formative years.
to the growth of your character.
100%.
you know how to act around people. You know how to handle yourself after
Yeah.
2 years of making an ass of yourself. Now those folks, they don't go out, and if they do, they're making an ass of themselves.
Yeah. You know what concrete tastes like?
Oh yeah,
Probably got
dude.
hit by a bouncer or thrown out or
Eating badass.
yeah, that too.
Bad.
After 2 years,
ass.
after 2 years of doing it, you get to good ass, and your whole life changes.
No more concrete.
Damn, that's right. We might have missed an entire generation of new people getting into it. I've talked about New Orleans, but I didn't
Yeah.
even think about like the whole COVID thing, because like I said, New Orleans lost Buku and Voodoo, and that's where like me and all of my friends found dance music.
Damn.
There's neither one of those are there anymore. So
Mhm.
it's like, are these people in Mississippi or like Alabama, are they going to go to New Orleans for just a one night show? No, most likely not. So their opportunity
The
of
scene probably took a huge hit out there from that, huh?
massive. It's not that scene hasn't been the same since COVID.
Bummer.
Hasn't been, and now the festivals are gone. It's not gonna be the same.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like those festivals, they're like the large corporation one where like they control everything.
Yeah.
Like control, the radius, the payment, hey, if you're blacklisted, you're not getting shit.
Right.
It's like they're bad in some sense, but in another sense, they're also good because they get a new generation into it, because that generation hears from these other people, hey, you should go check this out because it's fun.
Totally. I think that spark for electronic music happens outdoors in the middle of the night with big sound systems, not necessarily in clubs and stuff like that. The best way to showcase my music, I love playing outdoors, and I love it when the sun's going down. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
like, I think that's where I had my moment. I'm guessing a lot of other people had their moment.
I remember
at festivals.
I remember the moment me and all my friends fell in love with the shit, and it was
Yeah.
outdoors
Yeah.
in a fucking party. It wasn't inside of a club.
No.
It was just some ratchetry.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were getting ratchet.
In the ratchet tree.
Yeah. That's a good fucking saying, in the ratchetry. Anyway, Kyle, you had something you want to ask Miss Stylust?
Yeah. What is one of your biggest regrets, and did that change how you do things now?
That's fucking
One of my
good,
biggest
Kyle.
regrets.
Fuck,
Damn.
man.
That's not even for me. That's for every human. I got to think about that one for a sec.
It's deep, man.
That's deep. I mean, I did a lot of dumb shit coming up for sure.
Anything specifically that changed the way you operate today?
Man, there's just so many things. It's hard to, like, did something come to mind for you? Like one massive regret?
Yeah.
Can you share yours?
Yeah. And it's changed the way that like I operate, and I fucking hate that it does, because I'm trying to get it back. There's a point probably like 7 months ago where the world wanted me dead. People were just got in trouble.
Okay.
Some people were actually telling me to die, that type of shit. And, I used to kind of be like super confident, make a lot of jokes, and have no fucks in that process. Mm-hmm. Now I have fucks.
That sucks.
Sucks so bad.
I have tons of fucks too. Like online, I don't touch anything political or anything with an opinion with a 10-foot pole. I just don't care to put myself out there to a bunch of people that I don't know and stuff like that. It's
it was this podcast that got me in trouble.
Damn.
But it's all right. But it I notice it all the time. Like I don't.
So now
not
your
as
podcasts
risky.
Are going to be tamed down.
No, not the podcast. My stand up was fucking wild.
Yeah.
My stand up was wild. That's what stand up's supposed to be.
If stand up had sorry to interrupt, but like if stand up gets censored in that way, stand up's going to die. Like that's the most important part about stand up is the shock value. And I think that's why Dave Chappelle doesn't let people with their phones in so they can't record some of the stuff that might get them in trouble or yada yada.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's such. Yeah, I could see how stand up could take the biggest hit from all this cancel stuff.
And I don't think it affected me as much as Taboo, and maybe a little. Definitely affected me as Mitch, but more than anything, it's affected the way that I express myself in a comedic way.
Yeah. Because
I second guess everything. Whenever I knew that there was no fucking bad meaning behind anything I was doing. It was just supposed to be fun and silly and dumb. You know what I mean? But it's something that we can all have fun with. Now I'm like, can everyone have fun with this? It's something I think about, and it fucking sucks. Because now when I do stand up, I have a new material, I'm like, should I even do this? And then that's the worst way to think about.
Yeah.
Worst way to think when you're doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Because stand-up's supposed to be the most off-limit shit, and it's no limit. There's no rules.
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be.
There shouldn't be one rule in stand-up comedy.
And now because of that, it's all up here. Yeah. And I still struggle with it. I'm getting it back little by little.
That's good.
But I thought about it literally the other day. I was like, I haven't been the same since that. Mm-hmm. So my regret is just fucking it all up. Maybe fucking, I don't know. Just a couple different things I regret, but it was from that scenario. That's my biggest regret in life.
Yeah. I don't have any crazy big one like that, but I know there was a time when I was living in LA and 12th Planet was my neighbor, Uzi was my neighbor. I was living in this super kind of creative area right downtown LA, and I was making the worst music of my life. 1,000% the worst music of my life. It was so forced. It was so contrived. I guess one of the reasons why was it was a big apartment, but it was a bachelor apartment. So my wife was there on the couch or at her desk area. So I was always a little bit nervous to play the wrong note in a scale or something, or just I was in my head about it. But also I moved to LA now. I got to be the next hype thing. I got all these talented, crazy guys around me, and I really have to push my sound this way. And honestly, for 2 years, I made just a bunch of fucking trash music, super forced. Each song would take me 2 months, and just overthought, over edited, no vibe. And that was one of my main regrets, because that was kind of at a really peak time in my career where I should have just kept doing my Stylust things. I took a ton of hip hop out of my sets. I was I want to be these EDM guys that were born to be EDM guys, like G Jones, who have just such a sound, and that's their sound, and for the whole set. Whereas my early sets, I would jump in every genre. I'd play 50% hip hop, just the actual version of hip hop, and then blend a big EDM tune into it and slam that and stuff like that. And then I just kind of lost sight of that vision for a while. And I didn't see it at the time, but looking back on it, that really bummed me out.
Damn, so it sounds like both of our biggest regrets are being in our head.
Definitely.
Sounds like you and I, and anybody listening, need to stop giving a fuck what anybody thinks.
Yeah. Well, I had to do a therapeutic thing, actually. my brother is actually kind of he does 5-MeO retreats. He's kind of a shaman.
5-MeO DMT.
Yeah, that's right. And I'm not like a drug guy. I'll smoke my weed, I'll drink my beers, but I don't like being out of control on drugs and stuff like that. And this is probably the strongest fucking drug in the goddamn world. Like, I don't think that's even disputed. Mike Tyson talks about it a lot. It's
ayahuasca, right?
No, it's DMT.
Oh, just straight DMT.
It's derived from the same plant that the ayahuasca is.
It's not a plant. It's actually secretion from a toad.
Oh, that shit.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's called the toad. And it's like the way my brother kind of described it to me, it's like the whiter side of DMT. I haven't done the normal DMT. I've only done this 5-MeO.
I've done DMT. It's fucking wild.
Yeah, and sometimes, from what I hear, you can go to a darker place in that kind of trip. I don't know what your experiences were, but
dark. It was actually insane, but
it was dark or no?
No, it was not.
It was not dark. Okay,
it was not.
Cool. So, but this is basically, I can't explain my trip at all. That would just make me sound like a bumbling idiot. But you basically meet God, you meet your maker, and you fucking hang out with him for a bit, and then you come back to reality, and you realize you are your God, you are your maker. So follow your instincts. And I really used it like, my favorite analogy was the oceans and waves crashing in. You can either go with the waves and ride in and go with the flow of your life, or you could be standing in the waves and just letting them hit you because you want them to hit you. You know what I mean? Because that's what you think you want. Oh, I need to collab with this guy, or I need to be on that label because that's what I think I need. But all these cool people want to work with me. All these like smaller labels want to push my stuff or something like that. And you got to go with the flow of the people that want to work with you and not against you. And ever since that, I've had such a realization in my personal life and my music career where I don't really give a fuck. I believe in myself and the direction I see kind of going. You know what I mean?
Damn,
that's what I'm going
man.
to stick to.
That's amazing.
That was a big revelation for me, and that's how I kind of got out of that funk I was in.
Damn. Well, there's a lesson to be learned here, though, for everybody. Fuck everybody.
5-MeO DMT.
Yeah, do drugs. Find a shaman. Find a dude from fucking probably California, says he's a shaman.
Yeah.
But fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Not like in a sense of like, fuck everyone, but also like, if they don't like it,
fuck them.
Don't
fuck
consume it.
Fuck them 100%.
Suck my fuck, dude. Yeah. It's my favorite line from my favorite metal band. Suck my fuck. You think I gave a shit?
Yeah.
Damn. I needed to hear all this today. God damn.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
That's what's up.
Whenever you went through that, you're like, all right, it was like a religious experience.
Well, it all happened so fast. It felt like 2 hours, but really it was about 15 minutes. And the come down is nothing. Like, I had a shower afterwards, and then I could have driven to 7-Eleven and totally normal and yada yada. So it's really it was the months afterwards where I was still learning lessons from my trip and applying them to my real life. So it was a few month transition.
Yeah.
And I've done it once since then. So a second time. And it was a lot more fun because the first time I was actually screaming, I was puking, I was yelling, get out to demons that were in my body. Like I had a crazy out of body experience the first time, and it was kind of happening to me. And then the second time I tried it, I was happening with it and really enjoying it. And like, I realized like why the visuals we have at all our shows, I was like living in those visuals. This is where they come from. This is where they were actually seen from DMT trips and going to this realm that the 5-MeO takes you to. It was exactly like what every VJ is doing at all of our shows.
Nice.
I was like, okay, I get this now, but
I get it. They're drug addicts.
Yeah. And I could really kind of enjoy it with a smile. And I took like the deepest breath I'd probably taken in 3 years. Like, if you think about it, like on the day-to-day life, our breath is probably like 15% of what we could breathe. Like, you made me take a breath earlier. That was awesome. That super helped me. But like, if you're not thinking about taking a deep breath, you're always going, that's your breathing, and you're not even thinking about it. But if you go, and really let it in, like, not enough people do that, I guess. Or I just took, that was part of my trip. I took this huge breath, and it like invigorated me in some sort of way. I was like, that's the first time I've taken a real breath in like a few years, which feels weird.
Psychedelics are wild, man.
They're wild.
It gives you like a whole new perspective on life. Like, I don't know if I would have took music as serious if I did if it went for psychedelics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
See, I was kind of the opposite. I was just kind of thrown in this world. I'd done maybe mushrooms and stuff like that, but never acid or anything too crazy.
Like I was always doing music.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like the thing.
Yeah.
It was something I was always going to do, but it wasn't going to be the thing.
It wasn't the thing, right? And now it is.
That's the thing.
The only thing.
I don't know if it's the only thing, but it's still the thing.
Yeah, it is the thing.
Yeah. Whenever you had like this moment, you said it was almost like a coming to Jesus moment in a sense.
Yeah.
Like, are you a religious person at all? And whenever you have something like that, does it make you think about other things as well, like that?
No, I wasn't raised religious in any way or go to any church like that. It was just like, yeah. It was just like they say, the DMT molecule is what happens when you die.
Yep.
And your life apparently your life flashes before your eyes. That's kind of what these trips are. You kind of can see your life from an outside perspective. And then, yeah, like I said, to try and explain it just sounds like babbling. But, yeah, I felt like I met my maker that day. And I kind of came to peace with him and realized that I am him. Like, my wife did the same trip, and I'm kind of taking that from her trip, and she kind of came out of it. I had to watch her do it first. She was screaming, crying.
You're like, I don't know if I want to do this.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, maybe I'm out of this thing. Yeah. She was brave enough to step up and do it. And then the shaman at the time, or she was like, she came out of her trip, and I think the first words were like, I think I just met God. And then the shaman was like, you are God, while looking into her eyes and stuff like that. It was pretty deep.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's like the deepest fucking thing that someone could say to you right after.
Right.
I mean, at any time, really, but like right when your mind's like expanded and you're actually thinking about shit, you're like, fuck, I am God.
Totally. And yeah, it's really the few months after that process that you're really processing it and applying it to your real life.
I had like a crazy mushroom trip over the summer last year, and I had said something to my buddies that like stuck with me all fucking night. And I was like, we're like a grain of sand in an ocean of a universe. Yeah. Something like that. It's just like we're a fucking little piece of sand in an infinite ocean of universe of space. And I was like, holy fuck. It fucked me up all night, dude. Fucked me up all night. I kept on saying to my boys, like, yeah, dude, we get it, chill.
No, for real, bro.
Yeah,
I'm telling you,
dude,
right
you're
now.
not fucking getting it, dude. We're a fucking grain of sand in the ocean of the universe.
Let me draw you a picture.
Yeah. This is us.
Yeah. It's a great
The rest of the earth is the rest of the picture.
Fair enough.
Hell yeah. I love it. I love that question, Kyle. It really got us thinking.
Yeah, I did. That was probably the deepest question I've been asked in a long time.
Love it. I love it, man. That's what we do a good job here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we like to open minds here at Talks with Taboo.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah, and booty holes. Let's get to a fan question.
All right, let's get this first one here.
Hey man, what's up? It's Trip Fox from Dallas, Texas.
Trip Fox!
I got a good one today, dude. I got a really good one today, man. I was very fucked up on some drugs, and I have the weirdest thought I've ever had in my life, man. So you know how like your nails are like technically like hair? It's just like hard hair. So I had this weird thought. I was like, man, at one point in time were our nails just like hair, and then we like adapt and like it got hard because of the things that humans were doing. And like I just pictured ourselves with like hair growing off the end of our fingers. And then that led me to the even weirder thought of, well, one day will our hair turn into one giant nail? And then would we just be like long fingers, you know, I don't know if that makes sense. So I guess my question to y'all is, do you think eventually we're going to be like big fingers, like off the Spy Kids? Or do you think they're going to be like cool, like bicycle helmet looking things? I don't know. That's my weird thought / question.
You can use this
for either podcast. What's up, Stylust? What's up, Austin?
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
dude,
not sure he knows who I am.
He said Stylust, dude. This guy's been fucking doing some psychedelics, dude. Like we said earlier, psychedelics one hell of a drug.
He's in it.
He's in it, dude. I don't know, dude. Are we gonna be a fucking fingernail?
What's the next stage of human evolution?
We're
I'm gonna
robots.
let you handle that one.
We're robots.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think we're definitely gonna have mech stuff, like mech arms, mech ears, mech hearts, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on the horizon.
It's
We're going to
coming.
be integrated with AI soon enough.
1,000%, man. For sure. We're gonna have different vision stuff, and ads will be popping up into our retinas and stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
Until you can pay off that new set of eyes you got to deal with the ads.
Yeah, right, dude. Fucking BetterHelp.com is gonna have a fucking lease on your eyes.
That's right. $7.99 to erase the ads in your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
What a ridiculous question.
Yeah.
This guy's been doing drugs, dude. Let's get to this
That was
other one.
entertaining, though.
Yeah, this was funny.
Yeah, hi. It's your boy Nick calling in from beautiful British Columbia, Canada.
What up, Nick?
My question today is for Stylust. Hey, man, I'm just wondering, what's the story behind all the Santas that run around your set at Shambhala handing out joints? It's always a super fun time. Your sets are always super great, man. That's all I really got for you guys today. Thank you guys for just being out here, working super hard, releasing sick music, just being super great people.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, except for Mitch.
Oh,
All right, guys, peace. Have a good one.
damn. Damn, dude. I was like, that was sweet.
Big up yourself, Nick.
Fuck you, Nick.
Don't diss Mitch, though. What was the question he asked? Oh,
Santas.
the Santas. So, yeah, my homie Aaron Silverstein, and so Shambhala has a bunch of different theme camps, just people show up.
Can I pause you?
Yeah, please.
Is he in the band Silverstein?
No.
Okay.
No,
I know they're from Canada, but you can continue.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, he's been like an OG of mine from day one, and has helped me with Sleeveless for a long time.
Got you.
Super G. And so him and his Shambhala Camp Schwill, just decided one year that they were gonna get 3 pounds of weed and hand out joints during my set.
3 pounds.
3 pounds.
I've never seen 3 pounds in my life.
Yeah, it was a lot. And so that kind of started what is now called Hotbox the Village, which is now on the Shambhala bingo card. So we've come a long way. And now, we still hand out a bunch of weed, but everyone just shows up with their own now and does their own crazy thing. I don't know if you saw the smoke during my set this year, but it was a little fucking out of hand.
Dude, I thought it was a hazer. That was just people?
That was people.
Damn, bro. That's why I was fucked up. It wasn't the drugs. It was the weed. I don't even smoke.
Shout out Camp Schwill for starting that, and Aaron Silverstein.
Now
That's a vibe.
It's gone from like 3 pounds to just like who knows.
I'm starting to tell them don't even bother handing it out anymore because everyone's just kind of bringing their own. So it's kind of a thing.
And their thing was dressed as Santa.
They were always dressed as Santa.
That's fun.
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
They would come by after my set because they would like light the joints for you and pass them to you, yada yada. And so by the end of my set, they could barely like see out of their eyes. They were so stoned. They had taken that many puffs and passed it back. So those were shout outs to those legendary motherfuckers.
Dude, I love rave groups like that
Things
where
like that are
where
so
the
good.
thing are like we're Santa and we hand out joints.
That's what we do.
You know, there's this guy where it's like the deodorant dude. You'll see at the festival.
I've
or these
seen
people
videos
who
of him.
hand out Pokemon cards. It's like that's their thing.
Yeah,
it's
totally.
like, hey, this is my thing, and this is
Yeah.
the place where I can do my thing.
Dude, I'm all for that kind of
It's
stuff.
so
I love
awesome.
collecting stuff, and I love trinkets, and I have a couple boxes of just festival gifts that I'm so excited to be like, when I'm 50 or 60, bring it out with my kids and be like, oh, back in the day, people used to give me this rubber ducky that's probably been in someone's butt before, but here it
No,
is.
like you went outside, Paul. You went outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Without your vision goggles?
yeah, right. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Well,
I love that shit.
Look, man, I want to thank you so much for being on here today.
My
dude.
pleasure, man.
I
Thank
want
you
to
so much for having me.
thank you so much for all the things you've done for upcoming artists, the music industry, bass music world, and a whole, man. I mean, like our scene is in a better place than it was because of you.
Oh,
A
man.
lot of artists are in a better place because
a lot.
they
Thank you.
are than they were because of you.
Hey.
And the things you do. It's just it's all passion. You don't even think about it. But the
That's
things
all I know how to do, man.
Yeah, right.
I love it.
But I'm just saying the world's a better place because of you, man.
Oh, man.
And
Thank you so much. I
yeah,
appreciate that.
I want to thank you for everything you've done for so many artists, this scene as a whole, and
Yeah.
just for being here today, man.
Shouts out to all the artists out there, man. Just keep doing your thing. Visualize your dreams. You'll get there, man. Work hard. It's like Tiger Woods' dad said, hard work produces results. It's a super easy quote. But, I mean, whatever you put your mind to and put hard work into is going to happen for you. So keep it up.
Love it.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to tell the people before you get out of here?
rip your fucking sleeves off. And thank you to the Taboo Talks podcast and Mitch, my man.
I appreciate you,
Blast.
dog. This is fucking awesome.
Always a pleasure.
Gotta hit the snap. Oh, and then we'll hit the fist bump.
Talks with Taboo.
Let's go. Well, man, I appreciate you, man. For real.
Bless.
Kyle, I appreciate you, buddy.
Appreciate you, man.
And I appreciate everybody listening to this week's episode of Talks with Taboo. I'll see you next week. Peace.
Peace.